All right, not as late as I thought it was. All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Nice-looking Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. And we have something in the studio, some people in the studio right now. That's something. But we're going to talk about something that I love. I love when we have an opportunity to put a call out to people who have potential, who have talent, who can maybe feel good about themselves because finally somebody is noticing that talent. Seth McBride and Diane Clinton are in the studio, and Diane is the executive director of something called Project Hope. We're going to find out what that is. And Seth is a spokesperson for the second annual Ocala's Got Talent fundraising event to raise money for Project Hope. And it says here that the event will be on Saturday, March 22nd at 6 o'clock at the Citizen Circle downtown Ocala. And let's find out more about this, the Ocala's Got Talent event. Good morning, Seth. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
How you doing? Are you doing all right?
Doing good.
Diane, it's been years. You were like, my goodness, I feel like it's been a decade or so. Right?
I was just here last year with you about the same event. I was on your Thursday morning show.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
On Hank's show.
Yes.
But years ago you were on our show.
Absolutely.
Was it always with Project Hope?
No, at that point it was with the Marion County Board of County Commissioners. I was the human resources recruiter for them.
Okay.
And I came on to talk about the veterans preference that we do and how we hire veterans and that type of thing.
Well, you are always involved in doing something good for the rest of us.
Absolutely.
So that's good. And Seth, good to see you again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
But you have been here. You've been on Buddy's show.
I have been here. We've got to do Buddy's show, and I've got to cut some commercials. So the studio looks great, though.
Tell me about yourself, Seth. Are you a musician? Are you an actor?
I am none of the above. I'm an advocate for Project Hope, and I work with Project Hope. And we started this event last year out of fundraising need. We started a fundraising board and all that good stuff, and got everyone together and tried to decide what we could bring to Ocala that might be different to not only raise awareness about Project Hope, but also raise some money to help support our cause.
What is Project Hope?
It is a nonprofit that works with homeless families. Our role in their lives is to rebuild their lives. We have an apartment complex off of 28 Northeast 28th Street where we house them, and we work with them on employment, whatever they may need to help them get off the street and transition back into society and make a contribution to society, provide for their family. Everything we do every day, we help them as homeless families transition their lives and get it back together. Can
you share a success story before we get into the nitty-gritty about Ocala's Got Talent?
Absolutely. I won't say their names, but we have a mom who now lives in Sun Valley who we helped a year ago. She moved away from me a year ago, and 4 children, doing very well.
How'd you find her? What happened? What's her story?
She was married to an alcoholic. And he started to use the money for other things to a point where they lost everything, their home, everything. They were living out of a car. And he decided to disappear. We took her into Project Hope. She lived with us for about 24 months.
She lived in the car with the children?
With the children.
Wow.
With the 4 children in a van. They actually had a van at the time.
Wow.
And then we took her in. She actually was a member of one of our Catholic churches here. We took her in and we helped her rebuild her life. We helped her get some additional education that she needed, as well as a management trainee position with a company here in Marion County. And once she started to financially get a little bit stable and some better education, we were able to transition her into a home. And she actually lives in a home now with her 4 children. They're all doing excellent. I see her all the time, talk to her all the time. She keeps in touch. So those are the types of people that we look to help and to, help them through whatever situations and circumstances they may have and to rebuild their lives.
And we love hearing about people doing great things for other people. So how do we help you help them?
And that's what we're trying to do with Ocala's Got Talent, is be able to continue to fund what we're doing. In a perfect world, everybody would be invited and we'd be able to provide for everyone. But there's a lot of funds involved in rebuilding relationships and lives like this. So Ocala's Got Talent was put together out of necessity. But this is our second annual Ocala's Got Talent, and we are looking for talent. It is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for contestants. And so so there are 2 more auditions. We've got one this Saturday, and we also have one next Saturday, and those will actually be at the old Mojo's over by the police station in Pine Plaza. Now, there is a $25 audition fee, but the prizes are incredible, and the event itself will be incredible. It's downtown, as you mentioned. It'll be probably about 1,000 attendees in the crowd. We will have 10 different finalists that will be competing for first prize of $1,000, second prize of $500, and third place of $250.
Wow. So you pay $25, you audition.
Yes, sir.
And that could be the end of it, right? You might be turned away.
You're exactly right. Last year we had about 35 auditions. We're expecting probably about 55 this year. So really what we're looking for is variety. We were very heavy last year in vocals, bands, and singing, which is fantastic. We had some great competition, but it's you definitely stand out if you can juggle knives or spit fire and things like that. It's definitely a crowd pleaser.
Did you have any of them last year?
We did. Yeah, actually, our third place winner was an 11-year-old boy that did some juggling, juggled knives. Some
okay, so let
stuff.
me ask you a question.
Yes.
All right, you have an 11-year-old boy. Who can juggle knives, and you have, what's the age limit of the competitors?
There is no age limit. It is open, so if you're 6 years old and can tap dance and...
All right, so you have a 6-year-old cute tap dancer.
Sure.
And you have a 40-year-old woman who can sing like an opera singer.
Yep.
How do you, and they're both really good at what they do, but how do you not be influenced by the cuteness of the child?
Yeah, I would say if you're younger, you're probably at some kind of advantage. You're right. But we didn't have many young competitors last year. He was our only one under 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
so
wow.
we didn't have many young but I mean, he was so skilled, even if he was 40 or 50, he probably would have moved on because of what he was able to do.
So are there requirements, for example, could a professional singer compete?
Absolutely.
Oh, you could?
Absolutely.
Really? If Michael Jackson was still around, he could compete?
I would love to have him. As long as it'll fill the crowd up and everybody has a good time. And that's the focus of what we're doing.
Okay, so you get so the $25 audition fee helps you do the good things you do. Does the show itself raise money?
It does. We've got sponsorship packages available that if you reach out to myself or to Diane, we can tell you more about those. It starts at a $250 corporate sponsorship all the way up to $5,000. And then also ticket sales play a big part of this, and tickets are available if you're a student starting at $8 all the way up to general admission the day of it for $15.
And this is going to be on the Citizen Circle. This is an outdoor event.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
So how do you regulate the crowd? How do you regulate people for going to Citizen Circle to pay their money without just setting up there?
Luckily, we work with Janie Pope from Feel Downtown, if you guys have met Janie. And so everything is designed and set up similar to what she's done before. And there are fences that'll be set up and things like that. So, I mean, technically you could probably sit outside the fence and watch the event and, not pay or, get the view for free. But you won't have the same experience.
Now, Joe Martin is your MC?
He is our MC.
Our own Joe?
Your own Joe.
Wow.
And
nice.
so he is the what's the guy on America's Got Talent?
Ryan Seacrest?
Right, he's the Ryan Seacrest.
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
So who are the Simon and the other two?
Well, we're still working on 4 or 5 judges. What we really tried to get is people in the industry, celebrities, other people, but you know how busy their schedules are, so it's hard to get a definite yes or no until we get closer to the event. But we talked with record producers and musicians, Ken Block from Gainesville, John Travolta we always try and reach out to, so we've got some interesting people that could line up if everything works out.
And Ken's from Sister Hazel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
you're exactly right.
And
And
Ken's
he's
very
performing.
much into, community and everything. So,
Absolutely.
and they're going to be performing on the square, aren't they?
Yes,
Sister
yeah,
Hazel?
yes. There'll be, I think, the second week in March they're there. But then I think Chris Blair as well will be helping out and things like that. Last year we had Kent Gwynn, Clint Hart, things like that. So we had a very fun group. We had Shane Wooten who has done some recording in Nashville and stuff like that. So we had great feedback and input from our judges.
So let me ask you this: there's a child right now who's really talented, or teenagers really talented, want to do this. $25 is just unheard of. They're homeless. They don't have the very people you want to help want to compete, right?
Right.
What do you say to that young person?
If they get to us, we will make sure that they're seen, and we'll make sure that they have an opportunity to get on. $25 is just to help our cost of coordinating the setups and reserving spaces.
Right.
But of course, if somebody comes to us with a situation and they can't afford it, we'll definitely let them audition. And
so tell your story. Don't not try out. Right.
Yes.
That's the big
That's
message.
Exactly right.
And the tryouts are this Saturday.
It is
over
this
at
Saturday.
the old Mojo's by the police. What's it called? Police headquarters.
Station.
Yes, sir. Police station. So that'll be February 22nd this weekend, and then March 1st as well. So you've got 2 more auditions before the main event, which is March 22nd.
So if the person goes through the auditioning process on the 22nd, because you had one on the 15th, right?
Yes.
Do the people that won on the 15th, do they go to the 22nd and then advance to
That's
the 1st?
a very good question. No. It is open those 3 weekends, and then we will be contacting those who have made the finals afterwards, after we've looked at everybody. It was too difficult to arrange everybody to have to come multiple times, so you have one audition, and you present your best act, your best
you either
performance.
win or you don't. I mean, you're either in or you're not.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So then we will pick our main 10 people. Those 10 will compete on March 22nd, and then 4 to 5 of them will move on to the second round to compete for the money.
So does the winner win in a category, or does the winner win period?
Open.
Overall.
Yes.
Overall.
Really?
Overall, it's.
Who won last year?
Last year, our winners were a band from
Church of Hope.
Church of Hope. It was Tommy Ergel, Gerald Ergel's grandson, and his band from Church of Hope that won. Our second place was Megan Ruff, who was a clogger/fiddler, and our third place was Ian, who was the 11-year-old boy that juggled with knives and different things like that. So it was a really neat melting pot at the top, and we had some great performances.
Wow.
And then there's only 10 people that
Yes.
you're going to select
Yes,
to
that's exactly
perform
right.
on
Yep.
Citizen Circle.
And they each get 5 minutes. It's about a 2.5 to 3 hour show.
And Project
sounds
Hope,
like fun.
And Project Hope is really fascinating in another aspect, because you just don't provide housing and opportunities for jobs. You also teach life skills, and there are a lot of people that lack in that area.
Absolutely. We teach everything from, we personally and professionally develop our families when they're there, our adult parents. We want to make sure that they understand that once they leave Project Hope, they still have to continue their success. That's the important part of it. And so the most important is tackling or identifying the barriers that got them there in the first place, that why they became homeless in the first place,
right.
and making sure they don't repeat those things. So we want to make sure that we work on them professionally with skills that they're going to need when they go out to look for that employment opportunity, customer service, goal setting, how to just deal with the general public, that type of thing. And then also we work on their personal development. We teach them things like how to clean, how to cook, how to, provide for their children, different things like that, how to do laundry, simple things.
And so those things that you're doing, cost money somehow, and that's why you're raising money.
Absolutely.
And they cost money because the New Hope personnel have to get paid. Obviously,
And
they
also, we house them, and we right
feed
away,
them?
right? If we house them, their electric, we pay.
Oh, wow.
We really take care of them while they're there with us. So these fundraisers that we do help pay for those families to actually have someone to live while they're building their lives.
Yeah, we've got 7 families right now that are living at our facility that are under our umbrella, and we give them an apartment. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. They've got their own space, furnished, everything like that. So you couldn't imagine all the costs that come up and are presented as you begin to work with these mothers and children that you might not expect.
So what is your goal? How much money do you hope to raise?
$25,000.
Did you get there last year?
We did 15 last year as our first show, and it was a good start. It was a good foundation, and the support that we've received, and actually the interest we've had in auditions as well, has been more than what we've had in the past. So this is something we're going to continue to build on and do annually. And
Sounds exciting, yeah.
And just hope to grow bigger and bigger.
And we're videotaping this right now, this interview. So Robin will put this on Facebook and on YouTube, and you can share it, and hopefully that'll stimulate more interest as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You have different sponsorship opportunities, like you alluded to in the beginning, and there are different layers of sponsorship. So even
Absolutely.
if you can't afford the huge one, you could still do a bronze.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or if you'd like to just show up and bring your family and have a great family atmosphere, night of fun downtown, I think that's even
How much is that? How much are the tickets for that?
Tickets if you buy them in advance, they're are $10, and they're available at Pasture Sports, and they're available at Project Hope as well. And then it'll be $15 the day of the event, and $8 for students with an ID.
Sounds like fun.
What happens if a female minor comes to you? She's pregnant. She was kicked out of her house. How do you help her? And then maybe sometimes the young man is kicked out of his home also, and he's wants to support her, and they want to have the baby. How do you help them, being minors?
Because of the way we're set up, she would have to have the baby because we're a family. We're a 501c3.
Where our charter is set up.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So what's important is that we identify what they need and then make sure we can refer them to other agencies that can help them. Make sure she gets the medical care that she needs. Make sure that there's opportunities for them as far as employment goes. If he can get a job or whatever the situation may be as far as the need at the time with her being pregnant and him being prepared to take care of the baby. Now, once they have the baby, we could be an opportunity for them to come in and I help them, get on their feet and prepare them for whatever they need as far as
finish school.
If that's what it takes for them to continue life. That's what we do.
And that's what's been even more impressive numbers-wise is what we've been able to refer and those that we've been able to help that aren't even in our program. Those that we've with community support through the centers and through the, Monica with the Stop the Violence, the Junior Alliance, everything like that has been fantastic. It's just the network we've got here.
Seth, did you... Tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you ever been homeless? That's kind of a sensitive question.
I have never been homeless.
Know anybody?
Thank God, no. I've always had a passion for service work and for giving back. It was instilled to me at a young age. We went and did mission work when I was 5 years old, and we lived in Belize for a year.
But you didn't have a beard back then, right?
No, not yet. It was in training for a while. So, yeah.
Do you know? I have a quick story. The other day we went to the Ocean Buffet across the street. It's a Chinese restaurant,
right?
And there was a man at the dessert counter, and he was asking me if that was tapioca pudding, and I said, I think so. Well, anyway, the man smelled. He smelled like he hadn't bathed in a while, and he was chatting with me unusual amounts, like he was wanting, just small talk, like where you from, and he was kind of familiar with the area. Well, look, cutting past all that, I go back to the table where Robin is waiting, and I would tell her the story. We thought, it's very possible that this is a guy who's homeless. Very possible that that's why he smelled like he needed a bath.
Yeah.
He was super nice, very articulate, smart, clearly knew New York because I was, he asked me where I was from. I told him New York. So I said, isn't it a shame that somebody with that, I'm assuming he was homeless, but here he is in a restaurant where he can have a conversation with somebody and it's a normal conversation. Where out on the street where he might be begging for money, people are going to talk, what's the word, when you speak down to somebody, But anyways, belittle them, speak down to them, act holier than thou or whatever. Condescending is the word, yeah. So anyway, I just felt like I wish there was more I could do.
Yeah.
Than to just talk to him. So, and I have no idea if I'm even pegging the guy right, but.
And that's what we try to provide is a hand up, and to take these women out of the dire situations that they're in, these women and children, and provide for them structure and an atmosphere that most of them have never been able to receive in their life for one reason or another.
Talk about the audition just for a second. What should the participants not bring, not do? And what should they do?
There's a few things. If you're a vocalist or if you're a band, you should be prepared to bring some music with you, whether it's on your phone. That's usually best, so we can hook it up directly through there for your audition.
Oh, I see. On your phone.
Or by CD,
okay.
absolutely.
Well, the world has changed, right?
I know.
Hasn't it? Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to sound like this, real small music. Okay.
Right. So if they've got background vocals, other things, rhythm and beat, whatever they might need to best, put them in a place to succeed. But again, they can also call us, if they've got questions. We have bands and vocals, those types of things. If you're a comedian, have a 5-minute act ready. If you're someone who does spoken word, have something ready. Anything like that, just be prepared to give the best 5 minutes to get yourself at that main event, the 22nd.
If somebody has an animal act, they can bring their
Absolutely,
animals too.
bring them on. That would be fantastic. And that's what we're trying to highlight is I think the crazier and the more out there it is, I think the better chance that somebody might have of placing and actually being successful.
The more unique.
It is.
We have many talented people in our community. I know I'm not telling you anything new.
No.
We, as a radio station, are a magnet for some of them. They don't all come here, but some of them do. And many of them are so shy. I'll tell you a story real quickly. There was a young man who came in here and wondered if we could maybe play his music on the radio. I said, well, we're not really a music station, but, you can come in for an interview, but let me hear the music first. So he gave me this CD that wasn't even marked. He didn't even write on it with a marker. And we went into the production room, and this since we've moved here.
Right.
Being at the mall, we're attracting even more than ever. Okay, so I put it in there. I listened to it. Oh, you got to be kidding. This is you? This is really good. And so, but the shyness, I'm picturing, if that guy's out there listening, I'm picturing two things. First of all, he can't afford $25,
right.
I don't think. And second of all, he might be so shy, let somebody else do that. I don't want to do that. So talk to him if he's out there.
Absolutely. Come on by. Come and see us. If you're not sure, if you're scared, if you're timid, if you don't have the money, don't let that be an excuse. Don't let that be a reason. I also didn't mention, actually, and it's not on here because we just finalized it last week with Janie, our first place winner of the event will open for one of her Feel Downtown concert series.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
cool.
if you're a singer, if you're a juggler, if you're anybody, you'll have an opportunity to be in front of maybe 5,000 to 10,000 people, whether it's at an Eddie Money concert or anything else.
By the way,
she's got some big names.
By the way, the word talent is often miscued because the surgeon that opens hearts and fixes them, that's a talent.
Absolutely.
But you don't want him on stage.
I don't think you'd have a good shot. No. I don't know if we have enough time for that.
We just don't want to be
either.
discriminating against people who have other talents.
Yeah.
This is showbiz talents we're talking about primarily, right?
Yes.
So if people come to buy their ticket and then they want to come in, would there be seating provided? Should they bring their lawn chairs? Will there be refreshments there? Should they bring a cooler?
That is a very good question. There will be vendors on premise selling food and drinks, and there will be seating for up to 400 to 500. So if you
Wow.
come early, seats will be available. But if you plan on coming in late or 10 minutes after it started, you might have to bring your own seating.
And when you do the sponsorship, you'll have actual tables
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Actually, it's set up. We've got Adirondack chairs that we rent it, so there'll be little groups of nice wooden chairs set up and everything like that, kind of right up front and center. And actually, the way it's been laid out too is we've got stages set up for the judges. We've got the stages for the contestants to sit on couches beforehand. It's a really cool atmosphere. I think people would really be surprised how fun it was and how similar it was to what you see on TV.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what's on your wish list for not only for the show but also for
The Project
the
Hope.
Project Hope? Yeah.
Well, I would have to say that, we do, when I say we do everything to build their lives, we do everything. So on my wish list, we're really trying to add more case management so that we have an opportunity to really work with the families and really tackle some of those barriers that we're sometimes not able to get to when they're with me. I have to kind of work on those things after they're gone. We have some big issues with transportation. We are on 28th Street. We are by the bus line, but sometimes because of the way that it's set up, some areas are not able to get to on our public transportation and that type of thing. So transportation is another area on my wish list. Any type of home or housing, items that you are able to donate
Okay.
would help out a lot. We furnish their entire 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom
Wow.
apartment.
Oh, wow.
And we also give them everything, every necessity that they need, the basic necessities to live. So that's dishes, that's linen, that's towels.
How many families do you have right now?
We have 5, and we're adding 2 more.
Wow.
And
Right
how
now.
many people is that approximately? With adults and children?
We
about?
have 5. We're doing moms and children now. We have 5 moms and 17 children.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we'll add 2 more families. We do take entire families, husbands, wives, and children. But right now we have moms and children.
Well, good for you.
A
And
lot
Seth,
of those types of items would just be a blessing to us. We really.
you're a blessing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. We
Rob
really-
and I have this thing we say. If when we die, we go to St. Peter and he wants to let you in. Well, you want to be let in. And he said, well, what do you want to do? I want to be an angel. Right? And he says, do you have any experience? You have experience.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you'll be able to say yes to that one. Seth.
Yes.
Besides good weather.
Okay.
What's on your wish list for the show itself?
We're hoping to have 1,000 people out there. So besides good weather, good people that are auditioning to make it a good act, please get in touch with us. As you mentioned, if there's anything that we can do to help to get you on that stage, if you're uncomfortable, if you're not sure, all those types of things. Sponsorships, if you know anyone who might be interested in a table or supporting an event like this, or if you know anyone, who just wants to go and show up, please spread the word. Please like us on Facebook. You can go and add us as a friend. It's facebook.com/Ocala Talent. We're on there. Share our flyers, and that's what we've had a lot of success in. Please share the flyers so other people see it, like it, share it. The same thing. The social media aspect has been great this year.
Well, you're doing it right.
And will this be videotaped and broadcast on the school board channel, the public education channel?
Well, it will be videotaped. We're not sure. We're still working to see where we can stream it. But yeah, it will be videotaped.
Nice,
so the
very
event
nice.
will be, recorded. Different things will be, cut for next year's and stuff like that.
And if nothing else, I already know the show's a success because Joe Martone is the MC.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Hey, let me
Yes.
tell you something. I'm not just
He's
saying
the
that because
best.
he's here,
No.
but I'm saying that. Listen, Rob and I went to something. I'm not going to tell you where. We went last week, and there was a disc jockey, and I said, "This guy is so paled compared."
Oh, yeah.
Forgive the expression, paled. I know, but the DJ didn't have the same charisma that Joe has. Joe's
Yeah.
got this amazing charisma.
And vibrancy. He didn't get the people involved, and that's what Joe does. He gets all the people fired up and involved in each particular
And
event.
doesn't even do the conga dance.
There you go.
No.
Thank God. And we've got some tickets that we'll drop off Friday for you guys. We'll got maybe 20 or 30 tickets if you guys want to give them away on your show and do some contests and other things. That would be awesome to help promote for us.
Well, thank you both for
Wow.
coming in.
Thank you for
Diane,
having
good to
us.
see you again. Seth, good to see you again.
Thank
Getting
you.
to know you a little bit.
Sure.
And please never be strangers. Remember, we're always here.
Absolutely.
The big part of our mission statement is to serve you, people doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank
Because you make our town better. We want to let people know about it.
And is it
Fantastic.
okay if I give some addresses, emails, and that type of thing?
Very quickly.
Absolutely. We are located at 830 Northeast 28th Street in Suite 201, 34470. Our telephone number at Project Hope is 352-624-4673. Our auditions for the next Ocala's Got Talent will be February 22nd and March 1st at the Old Mojo's in Pine Plaza and Pine Square. And that address is 506, I have to look on here, South Pine, and it will be from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. So if you are a dancer, a singer, whatever your performance is, whatever your talent is, we will hope that you will come out and join us and display your talents, and hopefully you'll be a part of our fundraiser that we have coming up. And we thank you so much for having us today.
And again, this will be on Facebook and on YouTube.
It is. It's on there. Yes,
But I mean,
sir.
this video that we're making
Okay.
right now will be on there. So you guys will be able to share
Thank
that,
you.
and hopefully it'll help somewhat.
Absolutely.
Seth and Diane, thank you both for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
We will take a little break, and we'll be right back.
We're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even